Hey, skating and skating fans, welcome to a new episode of 8 Talks. Today, we are going to take you through a skating session through the desert. And joining us is Coach Stiv. Welcome, Coach.
In the building, Steve in the building.
So, Coach, where did your skating story begin? How was it?
My skating life is very long. For my introduction, I'm Steve from Africa, a very big continent in a small country called Kenya. So my story for skating starts back in the 90s. And for me to join skating, it starts from my friend called Abdul. There's a season for harvesting in my country because we plant a lot. So Abdul is not a Kenyan. Abdul was from, I think he was Ethiopian or something. So at the season for harvesting, Abdul came to our country. I think they came for vacation or something. So Abdul had skates, That's my first time to see skates, So during harvesting time in Africa, it's like a celebration for Africans, So families come together, and then I take you to our farm. You come with your family, you help our family harvest. Once our family is done harvesting, we go to your family, we harvest. But Abdul family was new in my country, so they didn't have a farm. So they have to come because they were neighbors. They have to come to our farm, help our family harvest. That's the first time I saw skates in my life, So, and then during harvesting in my country, we are supposed to have catapult. You know catapult?
Yeah, with the where you throw the things, right? With the rubber band. Yeah, right.
We are kids and stuff. So during harvesting time, because we are kids, we are not supposed to harvest, but we are supposed to be with family at the farms. So that season, we also have birds. So when family is busy harvesting, we're busy hunting birds with the catapult. You see? So Abdul told me for him to teach me how to skate, I was supposed to make a catapult for him. Because, he's very new in the country, doesn't know how, because he's supposed to blend in with the kids, you see. So I had to make a catapult for him, and I had to teach him how to shoot the birds, And it's shooting the birds that we're going to roast at home and eat, So I did that, and then I was taken for a session. And the session that was taken, I was taking the session by his father now, because we were still kids. And that's how my journey for skating started,
So, Coach, how old were you back then when you started off?
I was around 5, almost 6, as far as I can remember. I remember when I was starting the falling down, it was a bit tough, But in Africa, we're used to hard things. The problem now I had, my family, my mom and dad did not buy skating to be a big deal, It was not that big in the town, And then it's just an idea that I bought from a friend who had just visited. So they didn't bother follow up with skating. And then some days we used to go to the market with my mom. And as a kid, when your mom is trying to shop outside there, you're trying to look if they are selling skates, But the funny thing, most shops there, they will only stock what people are buying. They cannot store what the country doesn't have, So getting a pair of skates was very hard. So I was supposed to make Abdul my long-term friend if I want to survive with his kids, On the weekends, that's the days, church days after church, that's when his father will go with me also out because I wanted to skate, That's my passion. That's how my passion for skating started, slowly, until right now,
So when did you decide you would like to take it as a full-time profession, or you want to be involved in it full-time? What made you do it? Or
because I realized something. When you realize you're so good in something that people don't have, you want to stick to it. Because when you're a kid and you're so good at something, you like the celebration, In Africa, we have those cultural days, when girls, they want to dance in the village, they want to dance for parents. And then you and Abdul there, you're there with one skit you're sharing. So you have to show your style to your parents, you know?
All right.
So you find like we were standing out with Abdul because it's only me and Abdul who are good in skating, you know? And then the celebration of we were like two unique boys who are doing something other than what other kids were doing. That's when I grew passion for skating and stuff, you know? So when I joined university, that's where now I came to the city now, Nairobi city now. So I started hunting shoes for skating now. Because now in the city now is where you're going to get new things that you've not seen from your town, you know? And then the funny thing now, you will not get new shoes for skating. In our country, we call it mtumba, second hand.
Right.
So second hand are those used items that are used in foreign countries that come to Africa for charity. So and then in Africa, those people who sell those items, they sell in the name of bail.
Oh, nice.
You see? So someone goes and buy these stuff. So in that bail, you're going to find dolls. You're going to find toys. You're going to find shoes. You're going to find clothes. So you were supposed to go to a second-hand shop and go and check if they have something like skates. So most of the skates we used to get in second-hand shops. You see? So my first skate that I got was size 44. And me, I take size 41 or size 42. So it was so big for me. And remember, it was the only one shoes in the bail. So it's either I take it or leave it. You see? Because I could check the tires are good. Everything is a second and nice shoes. So I had to take that. So the only thing I had to survive with these shoes is you go get a used mattress. You know, a used mattress. You cut the mattress and then you put it inside the shoes.
Stuff it.
And then you have to put like 3 socks so that your shoes can fit there. You know. So when you tie the shoes, it can fit your shoes very well. So that's the shoes I started with. I remember in campus, I was lift free, you know. Because in Africa, when it comes to transportation, that is tricky. Sometimes you're going to school, you don't have transport, and you're relying on public means, you know. So to me, skating saved part of my school days. Because when I go to school, I put my skates in my bag. I've carried something to eat from home. Once I'm done with my school, I put my shoes on. I tell my friends bye. I get on my skates on the highway. I get home. You see? So skating was part of my life, you know. Skate shoes was part of my life. So it's something that I can say up to where I am right now, it's skating. You also need to prioritize your health, you know. As much as you're raising your family is depending on you. Your family is depending on your health, you know. So when your wife is telling you you're supposed to go back to fitness, he's trying to tell you you're supposed to protect us, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because once you lose yourself, we've lost you. You see, that's why a man is the head of the house, you know. When your wife is looking at you like this, is like, yeah, when danger comes here, I know I have a man in the house, you know. Because in Africa, when you're a man, you see, maybe your mom is pregnant and then she's been taken to the hospital to give birth, you know. When news gets to your father that your mother has given birth to a boy, your father that day is going to slaughter a goat. Because a boy is a treasure. Because your family knows, like, this boy is going to take care of my family. Because, you know, in Africa, it's not like here, you know. Because I walk in Dubai anytime. You don't check right or left, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You even forget, like, there's danger, you know. Right. But in Africa, it's different. There's a very big difference when you walk in Africa. Because a lion can come from this side. Another snake can come from this side. So you're supposed to watch out. You You see, and that's why I feel when sometimes I'm here in this country, I'm missing home because when you're at home, you're always
Vigilant.
You're missing all the dangers.
Right.
yeah, you know. Sometimes danger is good, you know.
Yeah.
Danger makes you stay alert, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes too much comfort zone is not good. Sometimes that's why I tell people it's good to switch cultures. Sometimes you stay here in Dubai or you go to India, then you're like, nah, let me go to Africa, you know. I see some danger, you know. Because as a man, what I know as a man is supposed to have a lot of experience with life. Because you need to have a story.
Right.
Because me, I want my life to be a story. When I'll be having grandchildren, will be asking me, how are you 80 years old? I was like, you are 80 years old. And then your grandkids are trying to calculate 80 years. You are 80 years. A year has 365 days. So it means like you had 29,000 days in this world. How did you live those lives, you know? So I need to start. When I became a boy, what I was doing. I went to Dubai. I met these friends of mine. They called me for a podcast. I did this and this. You know, I need to have a story. I went somewhere else. I met this and this. I went to an event. I was told to put, it's called, let me remind you, it's called, you have this culture of putting, what?
Dhoti.
Dhoti.
Mundu,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
The other day I was in a mundu.
For Onam.
I ate some Indian food. I was like,
Sadhya.
we call it,
The banana leaf and the rice?
bro, even those names. They brought the leaf for banana.
Yeah.
They put it there in front of me. Food, small portion, they put here. They were like 20. I was like, bro. So you see, as a man, this is a story I'm going to share somewhere else. You see, I went to this country, I learned this culture.
That is the
'Cause
beauty of Dubai. Yeah, you get a lot of culture. You get to experience it,
you
right?
learn a lot.
And
you
that's also sorry to cut you off. That's also the hard part of dieting, being a Mallu, because it's so hard to resist the food, man. It's,
Exactly.
And is there any competition for skating, just like how we have for ice skating and ice hockey? So is there something, a world competition, well recognized competition for skating itself?
Yeah, we have competitions for skating, mostly in Europe, you know. But here in UAE, it's not that quite big and stuff because the industry for skating right now in UAE, I think, is still coming up. It's not like football because we have leagues for football around here. But skating is not that recognized. So I wish because you have the facilities and you have the resources, it's not like in Africa where we have to chase other people to help us build skating. Here in UAE, building skating is very easy and it can help a lot of people health-wise. Because with the kind of climate we have here, because everything here in UAE, people have to do it indoor. If it's work, it's indoor because of the heat and stuff. So if we can have sponsors who can invest in skating arenas where they can operate 24/7. If you want, you just wake up and decide, I want to go skating instead of hitting the gym. Because there's no difference between hitting the gym and skating. It's very good fitness, you see? Because the calories you burn in the treadmill are the same calories you're burning while you're skating, you see? And remember, if gym is boring, you can do skating because it's also fun, you see? Because the same way you go to treadmill with your headphones, you're listening to your lyrics while running on the treadmill, that's the same thing you're doing while on your headphones, on the highway, on your skates. There's no big difference, you know. It's where you want to take your test. That's where you go.
I used to when I get tired of doing treadmill or cardio, I used to go to swim. It was a good time. Like back when I was in my hometown, we had temples with pools in it. So I used to hit my friend up, and we used to go to swim in the evening. And it was really good fun back then, and a really good cardio, like you said.
Yeah, it's cardio.
When you get bored of the gym, it's really good cardio. So skating, I've always wanted to try it, but like you said, I've been always afraid of falling down.
So when it comes to falling down, those are the things most people fear. And one thing I tell people from my experience right now, fear has never taken anywhere someone. Fear, Sometimes I say fear is one of our downfalls. Yeah. Because life is all about risking. Those people who've made it in life, they risked, They didn't sit like this and their life was too comfortable for them and stuff, If you want to learn, you have to do it. And for you to do it, what do? You have to try. And trying is what? Failing, starting. You fail, you start, Because if I didn't take that passion for skating, I'll still be in Africa, bro. I'll be somewhere just chilling because I was afraid, But because I took the risk of trying, I went through all the difficulties and the risk of doing that. That's why I'm here. That's why I want to empower someone out there. Nothing is hard. It's just the fear that makes us fear trying, And also the demography we come from. They usually say like, you are who you are who, you become who because of where you come from. You see, someone told me it's called provincialism, the locality you come from. The locality you come from is either going to mold you or break you.
Is there any big cultural difference that you have noticed when it comes to skating back home in Africa and when you came over here?
Yeah, I
terms of
noticed,
skating.
I've noticed some cultural difference when it comes to my coaching, because I'm coaching different people. And you see me, I'm from Africa, So the first time I did some coaching, I was introduced as the coach. So my boss goes on stage to parents, say, we have a new coach, Then I saw parents nodding their head, in Africa, it means no. You see, when I talk to you, before I understood that, there's nodding of the head. You see, nodding in the head in my country, it means no. Bro, I was surprised. I was like, they don't want me or something. So later when I started learning, it means it's okay. And then another cultural difference is maybe mode of dressing. The way people dress in Africa is, I find it way different here and stuff. When you tell a parent your kid is supposed to have right attires for skating, they're like, my culture.
So for someone who's starting fresh, what would you think would be the key skill they have to master, or key skill you think that is important to learn before they step into skating?
So for you to learn skating, it's very simple. First, you need to have proper gears. And then you also need supposed to be in good health, because skating needs someone who has a lot of energy, right. Also, another key factor when it comes to skating is a kid is supposed to be in the right kilos. We have kids who are old but with less kgs, and skate shoes, they are heavy, so you find like, that's why I usually advise a kid is supposed to be 16 kgs and above. Right. That's like a 3 years old, but you can find a 4 years old has 14 kgs, but a 3 years old who is going to skate better than a 5 years old. That is because of kilos, you see. Because skating, when you're skating, gliding the shoes, you're supposed to carry the shoes. So when you're teaching a kid balancing and stability, the kid with less kilograms, he cannot even lift the shoes. And it's 5 years or 4 years. But a kid who is 3 years with 20 kgs, he can lift the shoes. You see? So when you put all these two kids in a competition, you find like a 3 years kids is beating a 4 years kid or 5 years kid. So you need to have proper gears, you have to be in good health, and you also need to be composed and ready to skate, you know? Because being ready to skate is supposed to face the fears that comes first. Yeah.
And do you think, like, for me personally, like I'm 34 years old, do you think I can start?
That's what I was saying. There is no age limit for skating. Even at 90 years, as long as your bones are okay, as long as you're in the right posture, training is training. Skating, as long as you balance the stability of the shoes, anyone can skate. Because in my country, I think it's only people who fear skating here. In my country, we have people who are 50 years. In Europe, we have people who are 60 years and they're still skating, you know, because they are like, I need to get a hobby that is going to make me fit. Instead of the doctor telling me you need to be having a morning run, yes, instead of going for a morning run, let me go to arena with skates, with people who are skating. I learn how to skate. Instead of me running, getting bored there in the field, let me go join skating. So there's no age limit for skating, you know. Because mostly I can even advise adults, wherever you are. You're 30 years, you have a condition, you are having chronic diseases. Your doctor has advised you, you need to start exercising. If gym is hard for you, if you want to burn those fats and calories in your body, join skating. It will save you. Yeah. Because when it comes to mental health is crazy, bro. Mostly when you're a man, you have to think. You have responsibilities. I think men should be also be given a break for going and skating, you know, because a man is going through a lot, you know. Yeah.
Actually,
A man's life is hard.
yeah, actually, the things that the world seems to completely ignore is the fact that, I mean, they celebrate everything. I'm not against women or something, but what I've noticed is that they celebrate everything related to a lady. Everything.
100.
Women's Day, Teacher's Day, whatever, Mother's Day, but nobody knows when a Father's Day is. Nobody
Bro,
knows.
The last time I celebrated Father's Day, I was the one who took a gift, bro. It was not reciprocated, you know. I was like, bro, it's Father's Day. I'm supposed to be celebrated. So when you go home and you're like, hey, what are we eating? I thought it was Father's Day. I'm supposed to come there and just eat. But being a man is also a good thing. Because being a man and you are ready to face the fears, like I keep saying, you'll have sweet stories. You know. And the best part of life, which me, you know, is when you have stories, bro. When you're chilling with your friends like this and you're telling them the day you were hijacked, they're like, bro, you were hijacked how? They're like, bro, yeah, I was hijacked. I almost died. They're like, tell us the story. And then you're telling them the story, which is real. And then they ask you, bro, are you for real? Back in your head, you know what you are going through. But they're like, bro, if you're surviving every day, then it means you have a purpose of living. You see, because we need to talk. Mostly men need to talk. You know, this channel, men, you need to come in and men need to talk, you know, because men are the ones who are going through things. Men are the ones who don't talk.
And nobody talks about us.
And nobody talks about men. You know, men are supposed to be celebrated. You know, me, I want to hear a podcast of women talking about men. The way men are good, men look good. You know, you see, because a man can go outside on the street trying to look good, but he'll go home with no what? Gratitude given to him. But a lady, either clothes or how, they are given unconditional love. But man, it's always conditional.
Always. A wife love is conditional to what we give, what we bring food on the table. A son's love is conditional to the toys that a father buys him.
If there's no toys, you're not my father.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, what's the favorite spot to skate in UAE?
My favorite spot for skating in UAE is definitely Westford, at Westford. That's the company I'm working with currently. Westford is offering a variety of sports.
If you would build a dream stadium or a dream skate park, I'll say, like, how would you build it? Or like, what would be standing out in that?
Bro, the imagination I have of what I'll build here in UAE, bro, is crazy. Because with the infrastructure we have in this country, bro, this country has resources. It's not like Africa. Bro, I'll build an indoor arena with fitness and skating. As in, and it's going to be 24/7. You know, you build an auditorium with full lights. There's restaurant inside there with only diet.
Coach, what's 8 for you?
8 for me. 8 for me is a lot, you know. 8 for me is having a good time, laughing most of the time. Eating is also good for me. And skating at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, 8 for skate.
8 for skate.
It was skate.
It's for skate, bro.
So thank you, Coach. I think we had a wonderful session. It was very informative, and I think most students are going to enroll up. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers. So until next time. Bye bye.
Bye.